And we support peaceful demonstrations upholding the right of all eligible persons to have their votes counted. It will take every one of us, people of faith or no faith, people of goodwill, to stand together and demand the counting of every single vote. May we then accept the outcomes of a fair count, even if they differ from the persons and positions we supported. And may we be prepared to work peacefully for what is important to us, regardless of the outcomes. Stand firm. Continue to raise your voices. We can't stop now. Amen.
Count every vote! 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 Right. How are we still doing out there? Are we still on? No.
Bluetooth pairing.
Don't tell us it can't happen here. Don't tell us votes should disappear. Count the votes. Protect the results. Protect the results. Don't tell us it can't happen here. Don't tell us votes should disappear. Protect the results. Protect the results. Don't tell us it can't happen here. Don't tell us votes should disappear. Protect the results. Protect the results. Don't tell us it can't happen here. Don't tell us votes should disappear. Protect the results. Protect the results. Woo! 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 When I say ballot, you say count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. When I say ballot, you say count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. When I say ballot, you say count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. When I say ballot, you say count it. Ballot. Count it. Ballot. Count it. No justice! No justice! No peace! 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 Woo! Woo! All right, we know how to overcome. All right, we still doing all right? All right. Okay. First-time voters, if you're a first-time voter, raise your hand, shout it out. First-time voters, shout it out. If you've been voting for 15 years, raise your hand. If you've been voting for 25 years, raise your hand. If you're a union member and have been voting, raise your hand. All right, well, we are joined this evening by the president of the AFL-CIO of Pennsylvania, Rick Bloomingdale, and Secretary Treasurer Frank Snyder.
Hello!
As you can see, people already gathered here, making sure all the votes counted.
That is why you see
The president has decided that he was winning in the fifth inning, and he decided to call the game, and that every vote shouldn't be counted. But we know different. We know that every vote should be counted. Is that right? Count every vote. 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 Listen, look. We know we won yesterday. We know there are ballots that were turned in before 8 o'clock yesterday that still need to be counted. And we're going to count them all, brothers and sisters. We're going to make sure that every vote counts, because we need for democracy to survive in America. That's what this is about. This is about the people's voice. This is about your voice. This is about everyone's voice, even those on the other side. But, you know, another irony or goofiness or hypocrisy about our president, right? He's calling for every vote to be counted in Arizona, where they had 600,000 uncounted ballots, because he's behind. So let's count those ballots, because they won't put him ahead, but he thinks they might. But he doesn't want to count all the ballots here. And as a matter of fact, they just got a text that, you're going to love this, because it sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit. No. In Philadelphia, and look, we got a lot of union members here. I heard it called out SEIU, but we got sheet metal, we got building trades, we got Ashley, we got everybody here. But in Philadelphia, I love this, Rudy Giuliani and Eric Trump have decided to storm the convention center. What does that even look like? So, look, they're desperate. They know that we probably have won in Pennsylvania, because there are so many outstanding ballots that are ours. So look, let's just hang together, march in the streets when we have to, keep patient when we have to, but let's count every ballot. Look.
Count every ballot! Count every ballot! Count every ballot! Count every ballot!
Okay, I'll shut up. Look, we just got through a big election, and a guy I'm happy to work with who ran our statewide program for labor is our Secretary-Treasurer of the Pennsylvania AFL-CIO, Frank Snyder. Frank?
Thanks, Rick. I don't know if you want me to dance or sing, but probably neither. But thank you so much, Rick, and sisters and brothers and friends and any football fans out here. Come on. Eagles? Steelers? Oh, Eagles? Steelers? So look, the NFL Players Association happens to be one of our unions of the Pennsylvania AFL-CIO. Okay, so here, just as Rick had indicated, but here's the message that I hope to be able to share with everybody. There are 60 minutes in a game, sisters and brothers. 60 minutes in a game. Now is not the time to let up. Now's not the time to stop. So we need to make sure that we keep on counting every single vote. And you know, Rick had said that I'm the Secretary-Treasurer, and folks that might not know what that is, you should know, and certainly our members know what that is, that you have to have some kind of math skills. So I am now offering up my math skills to the White House, because they sure as hell can't count, can they? So look, you can count, and we can count. And over the next few days, if we implore anything, ignore the noise. Ignore the noise that's coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and keep your poise. That's really what we have to do. Be professional about it. You know, this is really has been an outstanding and historic election. And as a matter of fact, you know, he should be proud to have been part of it, although he will be defeated, and he's defeated now. The math simply doesn't support him. So whether or not there's a safety or a fumble or interception, whatever it is, the game is over. So thank you, sisters and brothers. We got your back. We won't stand behind you. We're going to stand right next to you, side by side. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
All right, give it up. Give it up for President Mick Bloomingdale, Ray Snyder, AFL-CIO, Pennsylvania. How many of you love union members? Do you love a union member? I do. All right, now we'll have a musical interlude for you because this is not a rally without music. So bringing to the stage is John Kelly. He's a Harrisburg native, and he's going to sing a couple songs for us this evening. Enjoy this time that we're together. This is a rally. This is a rally for us to count every vote. Here's John Kelly.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Let's see if this works.
Focus. So this is what is going on with the copy of Peace Tower Media. We are focused on everywhere. Make sure you share the program. Peace Tower Media. Peace Tower Media.
Very, very old song. Still very relevant. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, 'cause the times they are a-changing. Come writers and critics, prophesy with your pen. Keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. Don't speak too soon, 'cause the wheel's still in spin. No telling who that it's naming, for the loser now will be later to win. And the times they are a-changing. Some senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorways, don't lock up the walls. He who is hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. About time too. From mothers and fathers throughout the land, don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly fading. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, 'cause the times they are changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast. The present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will be later be last, 'cause the times they are changing. Even if the song's older than that one, still as relevant as it was the day it was written. Because if there's one thing that's true, this land is your land, this land is my land. This land is your land, this land is my land. California, to New York Island, the redwood forest, to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw burning that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land is made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is mine. California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Sun comes shining as I was strolling, green fields waving, dark clouds rolling. Fog was lifting, voice come chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
Outstanding. Give it up for John Kelly. Okay. It's getting dark a little early nowadays, huh? We're still feeling all good back there? Yeah. All right.
Then we got a picture of it.
Gonna demand it, right?
Can you turn it up?
Almost counted. Now. All right. So, if you may have noticed, there's a nice big old bus parked on the other side of the street. Black Voters Matter. Thank you again, Black Voters Matter, for all the swag and the snacks and water that's down below. If you haven't got any of that, please get that. Coming to the stage. She's coordinating the heck out of Pennsylvania and a couple other states to stand louder. That's Brittany Smalls of Black Voters Matter.
When I say love, y'all say power. Love. 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 And those are the ingredients to bring back democracy in this state, in this country. Listen, y'all, I'm here with Black Voters Matter, and we just want to say we are so proud of our partners who were on the ground in all the black communities getting the black vote that's been talked about on the news 100% of the time, and organizing those folks and getting them to the polls. So we did our part. Now it's time to hold the elected officials accountable that all votes be counted. They cannot say that the black community did not represent in this upcoming election cycle. Look at those numbers. They told us to vote early. We did it. They told us to use the drop boxes, mail in your ballots. We did it. Now we got to demand that our voices are heard. Yes, Black Voters Matter. Listen, guys. All I'm going to say is we're going to be calm, but we're going to stay in these streets, and we're going to make sure that democracy is restored in this country. Thank you guys for all your work. I just want to shout out our local partners here. Capital Rebirth, the Gina Johnson Foundation, CRAM, and Shades of Greatness. They were in all the communities that some folks don't particularly want to go in, and rallying up folks on the ground to do the work so democracy can be restored. Thank you guys so much, and we're not going to stop because Black Voters Matter 365 days a year. So we will be out here representing. Thank you guys.
Up for Brittany Smalls. Give it up for Brittany Smalls. That's my friend. That's my friend. We traveled to Chester County, Pennsylvania.
You know what I mean?
Last week, Chester County matters too.
That is what we are.
Delaware County matters. Montgomery County matters. Dauphin County matters. Cumberland County matters. York County matters. Center County matters. Thank you all. All right, more speakers. So, we believe in science. We believe in the truth. I'm going to bring a professor to the stage. All right, retired history professor at Shippensburg University, Robert Schaefer.
Thank you. Donald Trump, I'm a retired professor of history. Donald Trump is not going to win any awards for his knowledge of American history. His boast that he has done more for African Americans than any other president, with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, proves that he has no interest in learning anything about history. Now he claims that only votes counted on Election Day itself matter, a claim which has no basis in American history or American law. At many points in American history, it has taken days or weeks to count all the ballots, and those extended vote counts have generally been accepted by all sides. So counting ballots today and tomorrow and the days that follow, if necessary, do not indicate fraud, but just the workings of the democratic electoral process. Count all the ballots. Let's review a few examples when the results of presidential elections were not known on election night. Robert Mitchell has a nice article on the Washington Post website today describing some of these. In 1876, it took 4 months to clarify the results between Rutherford Hayes and Samuel Tilden. In 1884, it took over a week for the New York State ballots to be counted before Grover Cleveland could be declared the winner. In 1916, it took twice as long, 2 weeks, before all the votes were counted and recounted to certify Woodrow Wilson's re-election. In 1960, it looked at the end of Election Day that Illinois went for Richard Nixon, but final counts the next morning put John F. Kennedy ahead. Republicans did not accept the 1960 Election Day results in Texas, which put JFK ahead, and they demanded a recount, which Democrats in charge of Texas at the time refused to allow. To be honest, there was probably a good chance that Democrats in Texas had cheated on Election Day, which a recount might have revealed. So again, the idea by Trump that fraud is more likely in counting after Election Day has no logical or historical basis. Indeed, Republicans have already called for a recount in Wisconsin, which is fair considering how close the vote is there, but it seems to go against Trump's declaration that only the first count of the ballots is valid. Many of us remember a continuing count long after Election Day only 20 years ago in 2000 in Florida. And in that situation, Republicans, unlike today, were demanding that ballots that arrived after Election Day be counted, showing once again the double standards that exist in American politics and history. Among the controversies in Florida were about 2,500 overseas ballots, many from military personnel, which arrived after Election Day, either with no postmark or even postmarked after Election Day. Others might have been mailed on time, but lacked a signature on the envelope or lacked the witness signature that was required for all absentee ballots. Republicans began to demand, a week after the election, that all these ballots be counted, regardless of past practices in Florida. The New York Times reported 2 weeks after the election, quote, county election officials in both parties said that in previous elections, they had always thrown out overseas ballots without postmarks that arrived after Election Day, but no one had noticed. Suddenly in 2000, these ballots, many of which were clearly mailed after Election Day, simply had to be counted. So, given all that history, certainly all ballots that had been cast or postmarked on or before Election Day must be counted. The attempts to claim victory before a full count has been completed must be rejected. And the lawsuits that have been filed right here in Pennsylvania to stop the counting, those lawsuits must be denied. The democratic right to vote is only meaningful if all valid votes are counted. Count all the ballots. Thank you.
Asisara Mushahuna, Wamupasa, young time by all the other mail-in election. They want all of them to be counted. That is why you see this rally is going on. As you can see in the center of a PA.
Count our votes! 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 All right. Give it up for the history professor. Facts matter. Facts matter. Thank you, professor. All right. Who here loves a healthcare worker? Who here loves a healthcare worker? Those essential workers that has gotten us through these hard times here in the global pandemic. The healthcare workers, the home aid healthcare workers. Coming to the stage from SEIU Healthcare. SEIU Healthcare, Hillary Rothrock. She is a home care worker.
Hey everybody. I am so proud to be here representing my colleagues at the Service Employees International Union, SEIU. The passionately compassionate heroes who save lives every day. I'm Hillary Rothrock and I'm a home care worker here in Harrisburg. I care for my 28-year-old brother Craig, who has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. When he stopped walking at age 11, I quit my job in Scranton, moved back here, and took over his care full-time, unpaid, so our mom could work. I did that for over 2 years while working at Allegheny Valley School on the weekends, caring for some incredible adults with severe disabilities, and attending graduate school at Penn State Harrisburg. Over the years, I married and had kids. My daughter is here today with me now. And I moved to Lancashire into Maryland. But I continued caring for Craig as needed, sometimes for months at a time, so my mom could travel for her job helping people in disasters all over this country. And now, to provide a meaningful life in our home together with his 2 nieces or 2 pets, instead of him being in a nursing home. The life we have led caring for Craig has been incredibly difficult and full of sacrifice, like so many of my fellow caregivers. We fought for 18 months to get an increase in care from 12 to 24 hours a day, something we are again fighting the managed care organization to keep. They tell me I should have no problem caring for my brother for 42 hours a week for free, while also homeschooling my middle schoolers and trying to work another job to financially support my kids. I'm a single mom, guys. I have promised Craig that I will care for him until he passes, no matter what that looks like. And I'm approaching 40 in a couple of months, and I am for the first time in my life on medical assistance without a car, waiting in food lines every Friday for free meals for my kids, and battling my own autoimmune disease. COVID has made everything harder for us, and some days it seems impossible. I'd like to take a moment of silence to honor those who are no longer with us in body, but are still with us in spirit. Throughout the pandemic, senators and representatives and have educated them.
Oh, no, you filming.
So we have 700,000 additional people vote because we made it a little bit easier for vote. So if you work on election day, before the polls open, and you're working a 12, 13 hour shift, and you don't get home till after the polls, you never had a chance to vote. So this has been historic for the file of this
I got it, thank you.
To make sure that the vote of every Pennsylvanian is counted safely, securely, and as quickly as possible. We the people.
Lower your sign a little bit.
Essential workers of every race and background turned out in
Count our fucking votes.
That's right. Number sweet to the point. This is why I'm calm. This is why I'm back.
I saw it.
And necessary in most cases. That's why we don't swear all the time. That's what I tell my kids.
And now,
I like the colors, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Steelers! You're the only one in person. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Undefeated 7-0 in the Super Bowl. They're all going to get believed. Shut up. I know.
And I think I'll end this program up here. Inshallah, by tomorrow, if anything, I'll bring you live in a lot of programs too. Inshallah, I think it is time for me to go home. I just got off at work, but for my followers and listeners, they want to know what is going on in America. That is why I get a little bit of time to come here and show you what is going on for you to see on Peace Tower Media Live. But it is time for Maghrib. Maghrib already passed. It's time for Maghrib. And I have to go home and take a shower so I can prepare for tomorrow to go back to work. I just get off from work. I didn't even go home yet. But because the love you got for me and the love I got for you, each and every time I want to show you, I want to bring you a good news. I don't want you to be listening to all these liars. I want to show you, and especially my African brothers, especially Ghana, Nigeria, they are going to vote at this time. Learn something from what these people are doing. There is no police. You don't see no police department here, no soldier, no fighting, no nothing. No national security, no nothing. People are expressing their civil duty and civil rights and their democracy. Did you see anybody fighting? No, but they want the vote to be counted. So the people of Ghana must learn something from how you see. You understand what I mean? You don't see nobody is fighting each other. There is a Democrat here, there is a Republican here, but nobody is fighting. But they want their vote to be counted, and they are protesting. They are doing rally. You understand what I mean? You don't see anything. Just people enjoying the life. Politics is not something which we should use for us to hate each other. Politics is there for people to enjoy. So it is time for me to go home now. As you can see, there is a lot of people are still coming, but I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So I gotta at least enjoy. Some people are dancing. Let me go and dance a little bit. So this is how it is, and this is our Black Lives Matter vehicles. You see that? You see the bus? They have their bus here. Love, we got power. Tour. Black Lives Matter bus. As you can see, there's no problem. No fighting with each other. No, nothing. Just people are enjoying their life. You understand what I mean? It is time for me to just go home and have some rest, because I gotta go back to work tomorrow anyway. So inshallah, I will try my best to bring a good news, no fake news. You understand what I mean? I want to make sure all the time Peace Dawa Media, people are getting what they need. People see what they want to see, especially those who are too far. They want to know what is going on. I always want to try my best to, I see you, these people like me, and I like you too. You know what I mean? Man, inshallah, I will see you tomorrow, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallim. Peace Dawa Media, the Push Up King. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share. Salaam alaikum. Push Up King.